this beer has to be as cold as possible to drink. That's why we put the Blue Mountain on it. That way you know your taste buds won't be able to taste it. Yeah. It's got a wide mouth, so you can get it down your gullet as quick as possible because you have to drink it as fast as possible to enjoy it.
Skip your tongue straight down the throat.
Coors Light.
Makes you drunk.
If you drink a whole case of it, yeah. Me.
Worst experience of my life. My friend didn't want to finish their Coors, so I drank it.
I'll be here all night, folks.
Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good! It's tough!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this episode of the Beer Chasers. I'm Preston. Today we're joined by special guest Nate Paul. Nate, how's it going?
Going all right. And I'm the beer consultant over at ABC Avito. Used to be their mixologist, mixing whatever you needed, making brand new drinks every which way. But then they moved me over to beer. So I found thank God, because I found a new love and passion in there. I've learned so much, and I can't stop drinking. Thank you.
So we've been talking about coming up to Hourglass here for a couple of months ever since I've been coming in.
Oh, yeah.
So finally we're up here in Longwood. We're checking out Hourglass. We're gonna go ahead, head outside, check it out, and we're gonna drink some beer. You ready to do this?
Oh, I'm beyond ready.
Let's do it. The Hourglass Brewery is located at 255 South Ronald Reagan Boulevard, just south of 434 in Longwood, Florida. While the inside of the tasting room is a tad bit small, don't let this size fool you, as their selection of beer rivals many of the larger bars in Orlando. On tap, Hourglass features a rotating selection of Hourglass brews, as well as other tasty offerings from other breweries. Hourglass also features a bottle selection that includes over 75 different kinds of beer. During our visit, we had a chance to speak with Brett, one of the owners of Hourglass Brewery. All right, we're here in Longwood, Florida, Hourglass Brewery. We're talking with Brett, one of the owners. Brett, how's it going?
Just got in here, so
Cool, man. So can you tell us a little bit about how the brewery got started, how long you guys have been here?
Brewery got started 2.5 years ago. We've been open for 1.5 years. It took us about 9 months to get our brewer's license, and then 3 months to brew for opening day.
Yeah, I've heard that's a fun process, the whole licensing and yeah, even lawyers are having some issues with that apparently here in Florida. Thank you, Budweiser. Thank you. All right, so you guys do have a brew house on site here where you guys brew beer?
We do.
So can you talk a little bit about the system and kind of like how much beer you guys are brewing?
It's a 3-barrel system. Get about 16 to 18 kegs out of each batch, depending on the beer and how much waste we have. Go through it about 20 kegs a week.
Very cool. We were talking a little earlier about what kind of beers you have here. You said you guys have somewhere in the line of 40 beers you guys have brewed here?
Around that, yeah. Different kinds of styles.
Cool. And we always have a couple on tap to try out?
Yeah. Always 2, if not 3 to 4.
Okay. Today so we got the Morlock and the brown beer. You want to talk about those a little bit?
Morlock Stout is a milk stout. Has lactose sugar in it. A little more robust. And then the brown beer is your typical brown ale.
Cool.
Maltiness, kind of sweet.
All right, we talked earlier, so you guys are going to be moving locations. Are you guys staying in Longwood, or where are you guys heading to?
Longwood. Longwood's been good to us, so trying to stay as close as possible to them. We're actually moving into the old Rebinders Plaza right up the street here.
Okay, yeah, it's right up the street. Cool, and when are you guys expecting to move, you think?
Summertime.
Summertime, okay, cool. Well, definitely going to check out the beers you guys got on tap today, and like I said, maybe we'll come back when you guys get the new location.
Awesome.
Brett, appreciate your time. Anything you want to say to the Beer Chaser audience?
Just come on, check us out, man.
All right, for sure. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. All right, so the first beer we're going to taste by Hourglass Brewery is the Morlock, which is a milk stout. Can you tell us a little bit about milk stout, kind of what the deal with these are?
Well, the milk stout, what's really nice about them, they're made with lactic acid, so it's going to be a lighter, a little more, a good step one if you're trying to get into stouts, because it's very smooth, has a nice full flavor to it, but doesn't have your bitters, doesn't have your IBU content in there. Also, it's usually not that very high of a alcohol content. So it's something very enjoyable to be able to start in with your little stout exploration.
Yeah, so if you've seen the past episodes, you know typically I don't like stouts, but it sounds like the milk stouts aren't going to be quite as roasty, maybe a little more chocolatey.
Exactly, a little chocolatey. Seriously, but I like that. Milk stout kind of fits its name because you do taste almost like this hint of dairy back there, and it's really nice.
Cool.
And as you can see, I couldn't wait too long.
Yeah, he's already taken some sips, a little cheater, but we're going to go through this. So let's go ahead and look at the appearance. You're going to rate this 1 to 5. What do you think on the appearance? I mean, for a milk stout here.
For milk stout.
I mean, it's dark.
Exactly. No, like you got a nice dark stout, so you know they're not fooling around with this one. They made it full on. It's not light. It's not. trying to check it with the sun, and no, you're not seeing through this thing. That's gorgeous.
That's an SRM of like 40 plus easily. Mm-hmm. So what do you give it, 1 to 5?
Honestly, I wish you could see the head that used to be on this thing. I'm giving it a 5 just on that how dark and how perfect that head was.
So
on it too.
fits the category perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go ahead and smell this bad boy. What do you think? I definitely smell the roast. I mean, there's definitely that roasted malt for sure.
Roasted malt, but also you can almost taste almost like a fresh baker's chocolate to it as well.
Oh yeah.
So that just a bitter chocolate. So not milk chocolate, not an overly sweet chocolate. White chocolate, it literally has
more
nice,
like the dark chocolate.
Exactly, like just that dark, straight, bitter, rich baker's chocolate going on.
All right, for 1 to 5 on the smell, what do you think? For the milk stout category.
It has a nice smell, but it is fairly light, so I'm gonna give it just about a 4.
Okay. All right, the best part. Let's taste it. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's actually not bad. That roast is very well hidden and balanced. Mm-hmm. Like that's really good.
It's has a taste of like a nice light coffee, not like a too dark, black, burnt bottom of the barrel kind of coffee.
Exactly.
No, it has nice, clean, dark coffee kind of taste.
It's kind of developing now that it's kind of sat on my tongue a little bit. I'm really starting to get that chocolate on the back end.
Exactly. The chocolate, and like I said, it's that dark kind of slightly bitter baker's chocolate. What also nice is that mouthfeel on that thing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't engulf your tongue like in all that bitterness inside, like where you just can't really swallow anymore. It almost tingles it a little bit with just the amount of bitter it is. Just bitter enough that it kind of tickles on your tongue, which is really nice and enjoyable.
All right, for the taste, what do you want to give that? 1 to 5?
Well, I started drinking before you, and I want to keep drinking now. I'm going to give that a 5.
All right, 5, man. Good to go. So we already touched a little bit on the mouthfeel you're talking about. So mouthfeel 1 to 5, what do you think? Man, it's that chocolate coming in the back end is fantastic.
That's what I'm like. I love how milk sets are hard to stop drinking because like, they're smooth and they're flavorful and they're for a stout super refreshing.
Yeah, it is. Real crisp.
And like I said, that's what's cool about that mouthfeel is the mouthfeel helps for that refreshing feeling because it's like when you wake up first thing in the morning and you kind of what we did, and you need something just to kind of clear the night away. That's actually kind of perfect for that because that mouthfeel does a cleansing sort of thing on your tongue.
Open up my bottle of cereal, right?
Exactly. So yeah, for the mouthfeel, because seriously, I'm going to be taking another sip. As soon as I say this, I'm going to give it like 4.5, 5 because it does. It wakes you up and it has a great mouthfeel. Someone on the other side who can't see is sipping the last little droplets that are hiding there. So yeah, I give it up 4.5, 5.
All right, so overall we got a 4, some 5s, a 4.5. So overall, what do you think?
Overall, I'm ordering another one when we're done.
Okay, so give me a rating. 1 to 5 overall. 4.5?
4.5.
4.5 sounds good. All right, my scale of 1 to 10. You know me, I don't like stouts. So this is gonna surprise the hell out of you to hear me say this. I'm rating this one a 9. I mean, this is probably one of the best stouts I've had. This place is like right up the road from my house, so I may be taking a growler of this home tonight for sure. Again, super well balanced. There's the roast, but it's not in your face. That chocolate coming in at the end really kind of helps balance everything out. Really crisp, refreshing, not super thick like a lot of stouts are. So, dude, I'm super impressed. 9, delicious, man. Let's finish this thing off. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so the second beer we've got from Hourglass Brewery is one called Brown Beer. So it's a brown ale?
It's brown ale, and it's 6.2 ABV, alcohol content.
All right, so let's give this a smell. Actually, let's give it a look, sorry. It's brown, I mean, but it's still dark.
Oh, yeah.
You can see through it
slightly.
So, again, I don't think either of us are super experienced with this style of beer. I mean, my extent of brown ales is pretty much like Newcastle and maybe 1 or 2 other ones off tap somewhere, but...
Oh, yeah, no, I've definitely had a couple browns, but brown is... in a weird sort of way, too tame for me, because if it ain't funky and doesn't have something random in it, usually not up my alley.
All right, so appearance, what do you want to give this one? 1 to 5?
Brown, like...
I think it looks, as expected.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of interesting, because, like, you have your brown at the top, brown at the bottom, black in the middle.
Yeah.
So, for what a brown should be, yeah, I'll give that definitely a 4 on that.
Okay, 4, solid. So the smell. Interesting.
Kind of strange part is, it actually smells sweeter than the milk stout we just had. and I was not expecting that.
And I actually can smell a little bit of the bitter. Again, there's kind of some mild hops in there, nothing like super, IPA, fruity like or whatever, but it smells clean,
But it definitely has like almost like a hazelnut almost kind of note to it.
Yeah, I think that'd probably be pretty common amongst brown.
Yeah.
Cool. So smell, what do you want to give this one?
It has a nice full smell to it. Actually, a lot fuller. Actually, everything about this beer is probably going to be shocking me more than I was expecting. So, smell, I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay. Smells fantastic. As always, the best part is tasteless. Cheers.
Cheers.
Interesting. Again, it's not as sweet as it smells.
No.
For sure. So I guess the hop balance is pretty well in there. They've done a good job of balancing that sweetness with the hops. I mean, it's pretty clean.
Yeah, it's clean. It's slightly more bitter. For that because of that bitterness, the mouthfeel is very strong and lingers really nicely though. And not a bad linger, like a really nice linger on there.
That's really good. I mean, I would definitely drink this over Newcastle for sure.
Oh my God, yes.
It's really good. So what are you thinking on taste? How do we want to rate this one?
I'm giving it on taste. Granted, like I said, not really my cup of tea, so I'm trying to be unbiased.
Yeah, let's just say for the style.
Yeah, for the style. It's definitely, like you said, definitely better than Newcastle. You got some like roasted chestnuts kind of thing going on, the notes and all that. I'm gonna give this one a 4 on taste.
Okay, so probably a little room for improvement. There might be some better ones out there, but really solid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we talked a little bit about the mouthfeel again, so review that.
The mouthfeel, like I said, with that bitterness, and like it definitely, with the previous one we just had, it has a little bit more bitterness, so the mouthfeel definitely hits you a little stronger. Fills the mouth a little more. You feel it on your cheeks, your tongue, back of the tongue.
I'm going to keep saying it, man. It's clean. It's very clean throughout.
Because it doesn't shock the system.
No.
Like, it's not that kind of bitter, it's very enjoyable.
I think it sticks around just long enough. Just exactly what it should be. You're not tasting this thing.
And that lingerness isn't this nasty, like just pure bitter linger. The linger is a lot of nice nutty notes, a lot of roasted barley. Like you get a lot of the notes that you want to have sticking around with you. Not like that craptastic friend that won't go home. Like this is actually a decent thing sticking around.
All right, so what do you want to rate it?
I rate a 4.
Okay, 4. So overall, we got some pretty strong scores again, some 4s and 5s.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking? A 4, 4.5?
No, I'm gonna give this one a 4.
Okay, 4. Again, solid beer. All right, so my scale of 1 to 10, I'm pretty much going to mirror that and double it. I think this is an 8. I mean, very, very solid experience. I'm not super familiar with the style, so I really can't say if this is the best one, if there's going to be better ones out there, so I'm going to play it a little safe. Definitely better than Newcastle. Again, if you're up in the Longwood area, definitely come check it out. If they got it on tap, you won't be disappointed. I think this is a great starter, right? It's not super thick. It's really crisp, really clean. Start with one of these and kind of move on to something a little heavier, more bold.
Like we're saying, like it has nice linger and it's not overly bitter, so it's something that you can take in and actually enjoy.
All right, so for the brown beer, I'm going to give it an 8. We got a 4. There you go. All right, so those tastings complete. That's going to wrap up this episode of the Beer Chasers. So we had that milk stout. Pleasantly surprised.
Awesomely surprised. It was nice. It was clean, light coffee, 5.2, I believe, for the ABV. Really enjoyable.
Yeah. Then we had the brown beer, which again was very enjoyable. Much better than Newcastle. I'd definitely pick that up over that any day.
Very clean. Has a nice bit of bitterness to it, some nuttiness to it, and a 6.2. ABV, so that gives you a nice little kick more than the Newcastle as well.
Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, I'm fairly impressed with Hourglass up here. A lot of times it's these kind of home brews, right? You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes they're a little watered down. They're not like real beers.
They're not perfected yet.
This is not the case here. These guys are the real deal, professional. So if you have a chance, come check it out. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. And they have like 40 different beers that they rotate in and out, the guy was saying. So we had 2 this time. Next week will be 2 different ones, So I'm looking forward to coming back.
Oh, I'm beyond looking forward to that one. I hope I am able to come back.
Well, appreciate your time, man. Thank you for coming out. I hope to see you on some other episodes. We appreciate it. All right, we're going to wrap it up. I'm Preston, Nate, Beer Chasers. We'll see you later.
Beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. And stop, beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.
Dude.